Welcome back to the channel, and with the release of the next college football game being right around the corner, I figured we could discuss the hardest challenges to complete in college football 25. So if you're looking for something new in CFB 25, go ahead and buckle in for this one. To start us off on the easiest one of the bunch, the first challenge will be to start as one of the worst schools in the game and take them to the very top. This is a pretty common task for a lot of us, but taking a team to multiple titles from the ground up is one of the most rewarding things you can do in the game. But if you aren't so sure what team to start with, go ahead and check out the video in the top right hand corner to see the mathematically hardest teams to rebuild. Next up is one I see a lot around the YouTube space, and it is to rebuild a team with only players from the state that the university is in. Teams like Hawaii, UMass, and Virginia can all be a difficult task since other schools around take the top talent of the little that there is, so being stuck with the bottom feeders and an already difficult road ahead is for sure one of the more challenging tasks to accomplish. And to switch it up for just a second, I typically only discuss Dynasty mode stuff, but for this challenge, take a quick break and head over to the Road to Glory mode and try the 0 to Hero challenge. Starting as a 2-star recruit, try to make it from the 5th string to the top dog and win the Heisman Trophy. After doing this one personally, it is by far one of the most challenging things I have done on this game. The time you need to put in just to see the field may keep most people away from this one, but if you are, try the 3-star version instead. This is a better experience in my opinion, but still gives you a good look at the grind from the bottom to the top. And switching back to Dynasty, another challenging Dynasty thing to do is to limit yourself to only recruiting 3-star players and below. Similar to the in-state recruiting one, winning with only 3-star players is a very difficult task. Not getting any top talent throughout your Dynasty run will really require you to find those hidden gems and develop players to the best of your ability. But before we get into the last few, I want to ask you all, if you are enjoying today's video, consider subscribing and liking the video below. It is 100% free for you, but goes a long way in helping the channel grow. If you think you are subscribed, just be sure to double check so you never miss out on a video. I appreciate you all for tuning in, and let's get back to it. Speaking of development, in the next challenge, deciding not to develop your coach at all is going to be one of the more challenging things to do. Making your coach a bare bones NPC is by far the biggest nerf we have mentioned so far. Not having any boost to recruiting, player development, or player skill improvement could make anyone go crazy. This will require supreme confidence in your coordinator hires, as well as your base recruiting ability and your raw skill on the controller. Coming in second to last, I have the auto recruiting challenge, and for this one, head over to your user settings at the beginning of your run and turn on the auto recruiting slider at the bottom, and this will automatically fill out your recruiting boards as well as recruit the players that the CPU thinks you need. And trust me when I say this, they're rarely ever correct. But this really takes your building blocks out of your hands and makes you work on developing players and being a better coach on every given Saturday. The last FBS program to complete a three-peat was the 1936 Minnesota Golden Gophers. The historic feat is going on a full century of not being repeated, but in your next Dynasty run, you could try to complete it. Taking any team to a three-peat would be a tall task, but taking Minnesota would add an extra layer to this already difficult challenge. And the hardest challenge of them all, the Saban challenge. There's a few ways to accomplish this one. The first and the most basic would be to just win more championships than the GOAT, which is easier said than done. But putting a spin on can truly make it the hardest challenge in the game. Starting out at Kent State, move on to a new school only when you have a better win percentage than Coach Saban had at each stop showed on screen. You'll need to stop at each star level of schools before moving on to the next, and while you're at it, you also need to manage to win those 8 national titles, as well as getting over 200 players drafted and even a few dozen in the first round. But if you manage to accomplish all of these things, then you can truly call yourself the GOAT of college football 25. And with that, that is all I have today, guys. Once again, I appreciate y'all tuning in today, and don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Let me know down below in the comments what you all think would be the hardest challenges to complete here. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. And a huge shout out to Chris, our very first premium channel member. Thanks for all your support, man. It's really appreciated.